Yeah, folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to our Wednesday live stream. And we are going to space today. We're going to be playing some Stellar Reach. This is a newly released, literally as of today, 4X sci-fi empire building space game. This is a sponsored stream by I was going to say the people behind Stellar Reach. As far as I know, I think it's one person who has done it. This is someone who used to work in some of the AAA game industry, went off on their own. Apparently they've been working on this for about 10 years at this point. A real sort of labor of love, and I'm excited to be covering it today. There's a link in the description box or in the What Game, or if you're over on Twitch, for example, which should have, it should link you to the Steam page. And yeah, it is out now. There is a free demo available as well. I don't know, I didn't play the demo, so I don't actually know how much gameplay is covered in the demo, but if you want to give that a try for free, it's there. And the base game is not very expensive and 10% off right now. I think that's all the homework we're gonna have to do. We're gonna be able to jump into the game in just a bit. I will note we can rename planets in this game, so over on Twitch, if you want to join the name in GameCube with your channel points over there, you might want to go ahead and get in on that. Oh, hey, Steve. Yeah, no, this looked really, well, okay, it looked really interesting. Obviously, graphically, it's on the simpler side, right? But when we play strategy games, we are really looking for the crunch and the mechanics behind it. So we'll be looking at, oh, Andrew, you're 200 points off the name and game redemption. Oh my. Well, probably you'll have enough points for the next one whenever that comes up. Some of the best games are just one dude's passion project. Yeah, we have played a few of those like that. Here's hoping my planet explodes. We shall see. Space, Final Frontier. And then a monkey starts throwing barrels at you. That's Fry's first line from Futurama, isn't it? I think so. Oh, and over on YouTube, Solar Mill said mood to mood. And that's the thing. I think that's the scope that we're looking at. I get much more, even though it's a real-time game. And by real time, I mean real time. You just wait. We got some interesting things to talk about. I do think of this more as a, do you want a Master of Orion vibe rather than a Stellaris vibe is where I'm at, which is, I mean, I've often said that's one of my favorite games of all times. It's a little out of date at this point, so it's nice to see someone handling that kind of scope and level. It is a little bit more crunchy though, which I like a lot. Anyway, I think we'll go ahead and jump in a second. Your real time, yeah, I'm leading into something interesting here. All right, so we're going to set up a new game. There are 3 map sizes. We can choose a number of AIs. I think there's 8 factions in total. They do have a roadmap. I think that's the right term. A post-release roadmap. They're talking about adding a 9th faction in there. Quality of life, UI changes, some other things. There's a whole post on the Steam page if you go there with some bits and bobs. We're going to leave it on easy for this so that we can just explore the mechanics and the gameplay without getting too caught up in so many problems. The factions are randomized. We can go and pick one if we want. Peacekeepers. Would we ever make peace with anyone? I don't know. We got some techies. I'm gonna leave it at random. That sounds fun. We'll see who we get when we jump in. So let's go ahead and start. Can't hear you over the sound of my ion engines. Actually, you'll have to let me know if the sounds are okay. Although I think the game's fairly quiet. Even though we're not playing in tutorial mode, there is the sort of breadcrumbs to start off gameplay with these objectives, but they give you rewards, right? So we got an objective here, just scan a planet. Excellent. We have to find out about our home star system, send our scout to another planet, wait the results of the scan, and we get some little rewards over here to choose, which is just lovely. There's things you're going to do anyway, but you get reminded of like what you might want to pursue next, and then you get a little treat. You get to choose between the two, which means you get to customize your start, which is lovely. All right. Now, you know me, I am notorious for how long it takes me to unpause a game. This game is not paused. In fact, you can't pause this game. What? How could we possibly play a real-time game that can't be paused? Well, when I said this is a real-time game, I like hardcore real-time. We can see the time ticking over here currently, 26 seconds, 27 seconds, 28 seconds. Hang on. This is our star system where we apparently started in the Lakai star system here. And this is our planet, Lakai F. We'll rename this in just a second. And we do have a fleet. It's a fleet of a single scout over here. that is currently in orbit around our homeworld. We're going to send it to one of the other planets in our system to do some scouting. So let's say we go over here to Lakai C, and I mouse over. How long is it going to take my scout ship to get there? 3 months and 3 days. Real time. So that's why, even though right now the time is ticking away in real time at 1 second per second, effectively it's paused. Effectively the game is paused. But I actually got so tickled by that so much. Like, because it took me a sec. I thought, no, spacebar toggles the pause, doesn't it? And then finally I realized, oh my God, the game isn't actually paused. It's just that we're operating on such long time scales that it's not. Anyway, I found that there's I guess I did read one of the interviews with the developer, where he talked about like really wanting the game that felt on like a realistic timescale, not sort of abstracted in certain ways. And it's brilliant. If I were to hit the spacebar right now, let me do it for a second. If you take a look at the timescale, say it goes to times 3M. Instead of each tick being 1 second, then each tick is much more. Well, I don't know exactly what the multiplier comes out to, but yeah, I mean, I'm now 23 days into the game by having unpaused for a couple of seconds there. So, yeah. Anyway, really good sense of scale is what I think. This is our starting star system. If we were to zoom out, and again, very much time sense of scale. There is no relativistic mathematics and things like that for getting to other planets. Like that is one thing that he said, like, looking at the gameplay at some point, okay, you have to get there, but it still takes a while. Like if I wanted to send my scout to some of these different places, it could, well, these times are actually insane. Those will certainly get better. It's not actually going to take 47,000 years over here. We'll get some extra engines. Anyway, so we got a lot of information on screen. Obviously, the time over here. We get these. This is great. This is letting us know the next sizable events that are going to happen. The next big thing that's going to happen in now 2 months and 9 days is our scout's going to arrive somewhere. We've got some techs already queued up, and some sort of machine milestone going on in our homeworld. Let's get back to our homeworld over here. You can zoom in and out. You can also just hit tab to quickly cycle between the two. Oh, here's something else that I think more games need. If you just hold Alt, it just shows you what all the hotkeys are on screen. I mean, we can go into the options and check out like the input mappings and stuff like that. Just, why don't games do this? I don't think I've ever seen a game have something like this. That's super convenient. Anyway, I know that has nothing to do with the game, but I was very impressed by that. Okay, let's take a look at our homeworld, Lakayev. And first thing we're gonna do is rename it. Oh, I don't know if the developer is currently watching or will watch the VOD. I have a request. I want to be able to rename stars. We can't rename our star. I can only rename planets over here. And I would like to be able to do both, because that would be fun and entertaining. All right, our first name in the queue looks like our capital is going to be named McMahon. McMahon, our great and powerful homeworld over here. All right, so we've got a number of kind of sub-tabs going on over here on this world. We've also got some empire-wide ones that we're going to look over there. But we got some specs. Military, we would expect. Okay, so our color is purple. We're gonna have to remember that. We are the purple people over here. So we've had full control of the surface, and there's nothing currently in orbit. The prosperity of our planets, we got graphs. Oh, the music is loud. Thank you. Let me fix that. Let me do this. And actually, I'll bring down the master volume a little bit more. And save those settings. Is that better? Okay. We got graphs. We love graphs. This is our population growth graph. This is, I think this is the population or the change like most recently over here. And so here we're going further and further back in time, which we got this. We got 50K people on here. One of the things in this game is the population levels are lower. The idea is that most of what we do is actually via robots and machines, which is going to be a very important resource as we go forward. Better, but the clicking sound's still pretty loud. Okay, you know what? I can hear it too. You are correct. Not graphics, audio. Let's, here we go. I'll leave the voiceover. I don't know how often the voiceover is there, but we'll leave that a little bit higher so it gets multiplied. So we got that. We got our population change currently, our birth rate per month, the planet's habitability, the health level, happiness, good stuff. We've also got this. We're going to get counselors as our population increases. The counselors can get, will get deployed down here in the government and will give various benefits depending on how many we've got. The industry tab. So we got sliders. We love sliders. The primary unit of workability, I suppose, if I'm going to use that term, is these machines over here. And so this planet, McMahon, has 50,000 machine production. And you can allocate in different levels. Like I can allocate some to health, some to entertainment, some to research, for example, and then we have some amount left over here for the actual machines we're gonna have at the end. And machines are kind of the currency that we use to build buildings, kind of thing. Can you move the counselors? I'm not sure. Well, there are apparently 3 different types of counselors: elected ones, some other kind of one, and appointed ones. And some I think we do have direct control over, and some I don't think you do. So that'll be a little bit of a ting. I think I'll reset the sliders to where they were, which is no bonus to health or entertainment. Finance is maxed out, and well, research is somewhere over here. I love how like dynamically all the pie charts and the lines like update over here. I find that like quite swell. So we'll do something like that. I'm sure we'll be fiddling with this plenty. There's like lots of little extra substats for us to look at. Health and happiness both strongly contribute to our birth rate. So our population change over here and our birth rate per month. You can see the birth rate per month does factor in happiness as an example. We've got the economy tab, income, costs, great stuff. Knowledge, tech rates, and various things. Resources, we're going to be talking about more of these as we go forward, but there are a number of different resources divided by some categories. So we've got vehicle materials over here, which can give us various boosts and things like that. We can see the abundance on this planet. So McMahon's actually quite rich in titanium. 48% is like one of the biggest numbers I've seen so far. It is very high up over here. But we might want things like the sugars and proteins and vitamins, because these can help with our growth rate. So you can see here, vitamins give extra health. The proteins give extra population growth rate directly. The sugars give extra happiness, although happiness also ties into growth rate. And the fats, the fat cats, we get more counselors, for example. So there's lots of stuff. And yeah, there's a free demo available for this, if you're curious. And then we've got queues for our shipyard, our barracks, and our civil construction. I'm definitely going to start a civil construction right away. Maybe the hospital? So going from the top, the bunker, and of course we're going to unlock lots of other buildings over here. The bunker adds extra experience for ships that start here. We get decreased disruption if there's enemies in orbit. I'm less concerned about building an early bunker. The hospital is very tempting because the increased birth rate, and again, between health and happiness, those all factor into more birth rate as well. We've got 50,000 people available. You need 60,000 to build a colony ship, so we're going to want to raise our population to there. But then again, counselors and things like that give us all sorts of bonuses as we go forward. So high growth rate is good. But then we get the industrial zone, which is just more industry output and more machine output. I don't know what the right thing to build first is. I'm going to go with the hospital first. And then I think I will queue up the industrial zone. So we are currently building up the hospital. We are building the industrial zone, and it's going to take 11 years, nearly 12 years to build the hospital. And very, very sort of everything feels like a significant thing. Of course, when we're going fast forward, we're burning through time like crazy fast. But you've got that. Now, we can influence the rate at which this happens. You can see this required 2,500 machines, so that got taken out of our supply right away. If I were to go and cancel this, see here, we got 24.4K machines right now. The hospital takes it down by 2,500. The industrial zone is going to take 2,500 as well, but it doesn't go down until it starts loading up in the queue. But I can boost this because now there's a slider down here I can use, but if I click, I get a better view. So right now we're developing things at, the normal rate, but we can invest more machines into this to boost it. Now we can see here, this number, as I increase the slider, that number is going to go down because we're going to lose efficiency, right? So adding in a tiny little bit of machines does a big difference. But as we keep adding more and more, the development rate keeps going up, but not as quickly. So I could go and spend substantially more machines. I could throw an extra 5K machinery into this to double the rate at which we produce this hospital. But I'm paying triple the cost of the hospital over here. I suspect there's probably like a little bit of, maybe a few points over here, an extra 20% on top to add an extra 37% to the development rate might be worthwhile. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and do it because I'm impatient, and let's get the things rolling over here. We'll see. Of the 11 years, I wonder how long it's taken by planning, consent, and administration. Yeah, all that red tape, baby. And then we've got the general overview of McMahon. Now, we will be queuing up things in the shipyard right away. I'm not going to necessarily do the barracks immediately, but there's going to be some stuff we're going to run in the shipyard. Right now, we have 3 different ships available to us. We could build another scout. We did start with one. We could build a cruiser, which is useful for battle. We cannot build a colony ship right now because, again, we need 60,000 people available. It doesn't consume the population, but you need at least 60,000 to be able to build a colony ship. So we're going to have to delay on that a wee bit. Okay, so we've got our local solar system. We should talk about victory conditions, and to do that, we're going to go through the menu options at the top. So the first thing we've got here, this is the symbol of our empire. So when you're playing, this first symbol will be different depending on who you're playing. So we are playing as Epoch. I haven't actually seen this faction yet. I don't know what their deal is, so I'm going to read their stuff. I've played as the religious faction and the sciencey faction, but not this one yet. As hydrogen became increasingly important to the energy needs of humanity, the planet states and companies that extracted the fuel competed for market share, aggressively lowering prices and only weakening their own positions. On the brink of economic collapse, an anonymous group stepped in, invested in infrastructure, and proposed a more collaborative approach. The Hydrogen Economy Planets and Organization Confederacy. Oh, it sort of sounds a little like OPEC, but it's not. But for helium, or for hydrogen, rose up, and with it, the fuel prices. Economic stability returned for the OPEC members, or EPOC members, and the anonymous investors sold their positions for huge profits and disappeared. Meanwhile, the rest of the cradle systems fell into a recession that lasts to this day. For HEPOC to maintain its stranglehold in pricing, it must not only defend its current mines from attack, it must also venture to the new stars and suppress any rivals' efforts to undercut them. Oh good, we're playing capitalist! As the only organization with mines and cloud cities on gas giants in the cradle systems, they have learned to deal with the harsh environments and can colonize them immediately. Though it'll be some time before they can mine them with the limited resource available in the new stars. Their expert chemists have also developed new ways of maximizing reactors both on planets and on ships. Okay, so we get increased defensibility, increased habitability, and increased productivity on gas giants. Oh, so we are going to be making some cloud cities. Increased fuel effect on planets. 20% more fuel burn. Oh, duration. And minus 20% refueling duration. Okay, so those are quite good. We can see here our victory conditions. So, victory condition 1, kill everyone. Victory condition 2, we need a really oh yeah, I forgot that we can mouse over. Well, there's no explanation there, I suppose, but over here there is. The prosperity victory, we have to have 500 counselors on planets with at least 95% health and 95% happiness. All we have to do is build the perfect utopia. Luckily, I'm good at those, and my people are never cranky. Finally, we've got the economic victory condition over here, which is to build 10 victory projects, which I think first we have to unlock them in the tech tree when we get there. Yeah, I think Bespin, right? That's Cloud City in Star Wars, right? Yeah, we'll be looking into that. That's interesting, because I was about to say, well, if we find gas giants, normally we can't colonize them, but apparently that's not going to be the case. Hey, David, it does sound a little OPEC-y. All right, we got our military tab over here, just some basic stats. Prosperity. So this, now we're not looking at planetary prosperity. Now we're looking at our empire as a whole. We can see our prosperity victory information over there, our current total population, which is just our one planet, health and happiness, and then our various counselors. So there are 3 tiers of these counselor type people. Counselors, which are on a planet, delegates, which exist on a system, and senators, which exist, I think, empire-wide. And then you can see, depending on how many we've got, we get different bonuses along the way. The industry tab, so empire-wide, we got our victory progress, our machine stats, cool. Economy, we want numbers to go up, not down. So yeah, currently we've got a slight surplus, is what this 101.2 represents over here. So you can see our total income slightly higher than our total costs. Hey, that's a good place to be. Knowledge is actually going to change the view a bit, because it's going to open up the tech tree, or tech trees. There are 6 of them! And they're actually kind of interlinked because some of the projects show up in more than one. For example, way down here, after we finish gravity interferometry, which is going to take 32 years, but it'll improve because our tech rate's going to go up a little bit, we can then start researching, say, magnesium alloys, as an example. Magnesium alloys also shows up over here in the military tree. And you can research these shared techs in both of them simultaneously, which will kind of double the rate at which you tech them up. Yeah, there's a good number of techs. Now, some of these techs are sort of just kind of a semi-static bonus, right? Like if we research Dunna tracking over here, we get just 5% health on all planets. Just pass a little bonus, great. Sometimes they unlock buildings. So for example, if we get to tissue printing here, this is a building. We build a tissue farm, and then on that planet, it gets a health boost and a prosperity sentiment. All right, that's quite cool. The military track over here unlocks new classes of ships. That's, I think, yeah, just the ship hit point boost, but there's some things. And you can see here the magnesium alloy has got lots of different things, carbon mines, titanium mines, etc., etc. So a lot going on in that tech tree. And we've got basic techs have already been queued up over there, so we'll leave that in there. So that was the research tree. Next up is the planets view over here. Currently, we just got the one planet, groovy, shrink, expand. We can check our production over here. This is our civilian or civil queue, I should say. So that's where we're building our hospital. Good, that's in there. I love a management screen over here. Love that. And then we are queue for our ships and our military. And I definitely will want to go and queue up a ship. In fact, I think I'm going to go immediately queue up a cruiser. So let's go and throw one cruiser in there. We'll probably queue up some more. Actually, I expect we're going to queue up at least a second one, because I think we're going to want a fleet of 2 vessels to defend against some early threats. Is the vibe I feel like, given my little test runs. I haven't played extensively. I've got 6 or 7 hours into it, but you know, a little bit of vibe. Again, I could invest more with the slider over here, or I can get, you know, the more visible over here if I want to pump in some more. But let's go ahead and not spend too many extra machines over here. But we'll keep the cruisers. They take 10,000 machines each. That's 4 times the price of a hospital, which is quite the statement on the industrial military complex versus, you know, civilian welfare projects, right? 4 times as much for a ship of war as a hospital. And yeah, gonna definitely want to build a colony ship as soon as that becomes an option. And then I can also queue in over here our armies. I'm gonna go ahead and not queue them up right now because the Marines would cost 10,000 machines. The Defenders even more, but I think they build super fast. And then the Engineers are fairly pricey as well, but you can, there's a term, they can be converted back into materials. You can sort of disband your armies and get the material back, and the Engineers give you substantially more back. We'll just leave those be for now. And then, oh yeah, the final tab is our fleets. We currently have a single fleet with just a scout ship in there. Yeah, all right, that's the main UI. Looks right up my alley. Yeah, and I love the fact that it's got the demo available too. Okay, so what can unpause over here? And what's gonna happen is, there is an auto pause.
Fleet arrived.
Fleet arrived. So our scoot just arrived at Locale C. Should we rename all these? Well, I suppose as we're scouting them, we could go ahead and do that. So let me rename planet number 2 here. This is going to be Green Elite. I keep trying to click the pencil thinking it's a button. It's not a button. This entire area is editable, which is nice. The pencil is just there to show you that you can edit it, which I really appreciate as a UI thing. But I'm so used to having to click on something first that I do it even though I don't want to. Green Elite is a gas giant. So if we look over here, the habitability is quite low on the gas giant as a base. But again, apparently we get a plus 35. That's crazy. And yet editable is hard to say. The other thing that's hard/fun to say is I edited it. I edited it. Edited it. There. So it auto pause when our ship arrived at a destination. And it'll also auto pause when the scanning is done. So we've got a little sensor above Green Elite over here. I can also navigate by clicking on the planets over here. You know, I wonder if I should leave the F in there because they've got the planets, well, B through whatever, because I guess the star is the A one. I wonder if I actually should maybe do something like F Green Elite. Everybody, yeah, F that guy. And then I suppose, oh no, sorry, my bad. F is our homeworld. So just for my own purposes, it might be good to do this. And then Green Elite. I'm just gonna wait for one of these to pop. Oh, it's bluish. Is it C? It might be C.
Scan complete.
Scan complete. There it is. It is C. So we'll call it C Green Elite. Our first scan is complete. We have learned a great deal about this planet. It could one day be another home for our people. So we can choose either a scout was found orbiting the planet, so we can get a second scout, or valuable minerals are discovered on the surface of the planet, providing 20% more income for 5 years. I wonder if it's worth getting the second scout nice and early. Probably, right? Let's do it. Scout ships do not engage in combat, but they also, they can't be engaged in combat. They're kind of invisible or whatever. They're just too small. So you never have to worry about them getting attacked. So yeah, let's go ahead and get another one. Now we have a new objective, scan all planets in the home star system. So what I'm gonna do over here, you can right click on the outliner here. So I'm just gonna correct that to C Green Elite. Make it easier for me to keep track of. And then, and then our scout is done. So we do get the thing in the sidebar over here, and you can always like double click to zoom to it or select things. So we're gonna send you over to Lakai G. And then Scout 2, we're gonna send you to B. How's that? You can see the little intercepts being planned there. New objective, build a cruiser. Hey game, I'm way ahead of you. It will reward us with cruiser. I do think I actually want a triple cruiser setup. So I'm kind of okay with leaving things in there where it should be. So we get a counselor from finishing the cruiser, which is nice, or we can get the income. Our income is actually negative right now. We're spending a little bit more than we're getting. Now, we could fix that very easily. I mean, it wouldn't be a quill stream without me losing any money. Well, I think could fix it very easily because we can invest in finance, but it actually does start off with this pinned at 100%. So we're just gonna have to fix our economy some other way, I suppose. No, there's no auto explore option. And obviously I would love that because I'm incredibly lazy.
Arrived.
So we'll see. So we've arrived at Lacal B. Let's go ahead and rename that now then. So this is going to be, we're going to test the limits of this text box. Pick Min Mega Master is legal. All right. Cool. And then Scout is arriving over at G, which is going to become G-Gency. You can't tell me that's not fun to say. G-Gency. And then
Scan reveals bonus.
New objective, colonize a planet. I wonder if this popped because we're at 60k. It's saying we have to. It's time to start thinking about expanding our faction to other planets so we can spread our influence and control. We'll need to get our home planet's population to 60k to build a colony ship, then send it to another planet. If there are enemies on the surface or in orbit, we'll have to destroy them first. Don't forget to protect our vulnerable colony ship and army ships. Okay, we can get another colonist available, or we can get a chunk of machines. That's pretty groovy. And then, yeah, are you guys still busy? I think so. Nice thing is if you look at the fleet thing, stationary orbit, stationary orbit. That's interesting. Is B being guarded? I think so. Yeah. Okay. So this white symbol over here in the white circle, these are neutrals. I think they're rogue AI. They're rogue AI. So it's not an enemy faction. These are the barbarians of the game that we're gonna have to deal with. So there is an army on Pikmin Megamaster that we're gonna have to clear out if we want to settle there at any point. Okay, but our scout is done at Pikmin, so let's go and send you to D. And then this scout over here is still scanning Gency. Okay.
Fleet arrived.
Enemy army arrived. Scan rate boosted. Gency's about to get scanned. There you go. Scan complete. Right over here. So this scout can head over to E. There you go. It is a little funny here because I sent it E. I'm like, where's the line telling me you're going there? But you're going here. This is where you're going to encounter E. Okay, so D, let's rename you. This is going to be D. Melvin. Oh no, I had it right. Melvin. Like that. Let me just check. B, C, D, E. I'll do this now. E. Anamalocarid. So you know this one's going to get nuked from orbit. F is for capital and GG. Okay. Perfect. All right, scouts are still scouting. Mark is complete. Mark is complete. It's going to be okay. Boom. There you go. Scout 1 is arriving now. You got to pause when that happens. And scout complete over here at Carrot. Oh, no, that was an old scan complete at the previous place you were.
Reveals bonus.
Oh, okay. We did complete a scan now over on D. Melvillin, and we've revealed castaways. Population found stranded on the surface. Join D. Melvillin. Huh. Rocky planet. That's actually not too bad. I don't know. So one thing I don't know is there might be some habitability limit at which point we're like, it's not worth colonizing. But I don't know where that bar is going to be. And I think we're probably willing to go fairly low. Like, I kind of feel like this 40% habitability is probably fine, especially with the higher productivity. I mean, our homeworld obviously is going to be quite high, but even that, 69% habitability, which makes sense because there's a bunch of ocean as well. So we know that 69 is nice. So 41% probably isn't too bad either. So I think that's probably okay for us to consider settling those. And apparently, like, the gas giant is somewhat unappealing for some of the starts, but I think for us, it's going to be great. Okay, so, stationary in orbit. Yeah, you know what? Because one of them is actually still scanning and the other one isn't. I want to send you to a new system. Scout 1, okay, Scout 1 is still scanning Carrot. So Scout 2 is done at Melvillin. So what we're going to do for Scout 2 is we're going to send you to a completely different star system over here. And these times are crazy. I'm guessing we quickly get a drive that improves that. We'll send you there. And I think you get upgraded on the fly, because it definitely did not take this long this time. Oh, use H to go to the home star system. That's handy. I didn't realize that. That's quite cool. So we'll see what happens when we get some tech unlocks. Can you scan the star? I don't think so, but we'll use our other scout and do that.
Scan reveals bonus.
All right, we scanned all planets in the home system. Yeah, we don't need another scout, so I'm going to take the extra cruiser. Your objectives: scan a planet that's not in your home system. Done. We'll work on it. With the technology available for the campaign, journey will take thousands of years. Once compact fusion reactor tech has been researched, ships will complete the journey in years rather than millennia. I wonder if the other faction that I more recently played might have started with that or something of that nature. So compact fusion, it'd be somewhere in here, but I don't know where. Not military, not the bio. Oh, it was the first one I looked at? What? Oh, combat. Oh, I was looking over here. Okay, so in 4 years, there you go. High-speed engines added to all ships, making them considerably faster. Journeys between stars will take years rather than tens of millions. Okay, there you go. And 4 years ain't nothing. You know what? It's probably because I don't take the second scout. I didn't take the second scout in my practice runs. And so I probably didn't finish scanning our home system that quickly. Right, we got over on Carrot. Right, we've got the scout, which is done. I'm gonna keep you in our star system for now, just in case we need. No, there's no way we need to upgrade. I'm sure I could send you out somewhere else. I'm gonna send you to a different system. I'm gonna send you to Watanabe, and then yeah, on Carrot, we've also got a fleet. Sorry, phone call, but I'm not taking that one. We got a fleet here. Let's rename, I think, this fleet. Let's, we're going to send it to our capital, McMahon. And then on top of that, Fleet 1. We're going to rename this to, I don't know, Battle Fleet. Oops. But then, yeah, we'll send it to our home planet for a second here. Now, we would be able to tell if any of these planets had an enemy fleet around it because we'd see a little colored circle underneath it.
Project complete.
And we've built our first cruiser. So, strong leader, becoming a counselor versus more income. Maybe I'll take the income because we are running a deficit right now. So I think I like this idea. There we go. Nice big surplus coming on. Perfect. That seems pretty good. So the objectives we've got right now, colonize a planet and scan a planet that's not in our home system. That seems good and groovy. We take a look at our shipyard. Right, I've got the extra cruiser coming in, which will bring us up to 3. You know what? This just started. I am going to cancel it. I'm going to put in colony ship first. And then I think I'll probably still put another cruiser in the queue, but we'll do the colony ship first. And let's give it a little bit of a speed boost. Ooh, our machines are getting a little low. You know what? Let's pace ourselves here. Keep the extra funding for the hospital. That seems like a good idea.
Fleet arrived.
Battle fleet has arrived at destination. Okay, we can just continue now. And I was gonna say, we could unpause, and we're not paused. We're just operating in real time now at 1 second per second. Let's have fleet number 2. We'll have it join fleet number 1. If you shift right click, then they will go and make the move. You can see it'll only take 3 minutes, real time, to get there.
Fleet arrived.
Or if I just unpause, it happens instantly. So now our battle fleet has 2 ships in there. Groovy. A couple of cruisers. Excellent. But yeah, we can create a new fleet from that. But we're not gonna do that. You time travel at rate of 1 second per second. Yep. So there we go. Compact fusion reactors be done in a year, and then our scouts, I think, will get upgraded. We got a mission to destroy a fleet. Our sensors have detected a fleet in the Lakyle star system. It appears the ships have been corrupted by rogue AI. Damn you, ChatGPT. And will be coming to attack and disrupt us. Hunt down Fleet 4 and destroy them for a reward. So you can see at D. Melvin here, it's got this white circle. It says these neutral rogue AI have the white color. The other faction will be, green and red or whatever. So these guys here are just the neutral peeps. If we take a look at Melvin, indeed, right, they still have the army on the ground as well, but they've also got a fleet in orbit, so they have control over Mel. It is just one ship, so I would strongly suspect that my battle fleet of 2 cruisers should be able to take them on. So let's go ahead. It's going to take them 2 months to get to Melvin.
Fleet
And they're
arrived. We're under attack.
So now we have a battle happening. If I go, that's not where I meant to go. If I zoom in here and go here, we can see the 2 fleets. Right, and we're the purple group over here. There's our 2 ships. We get this kind of cool holographic readout. And they're just going to go and engage. We've got relative strength. Woo! And then the planet's orbiting in the background. And if we zoom out, you see the colored circle over here? This is the relative strength of both. So what should be happening is this white wedge should be getting smaller as we go and smash them. Now, we've just completed a tech. We completed compact fusion reactors. So let's see if our scoots, see now, instead of taking 40,000 years, then it takes 5 years to get there. Much better, much more practical. So yeah, we've got that. Let's go ahead and open the tech tree. So we're gonna have to choose something after compact fusion reactors. Oh, we've got some progress on gravity interferometry. I believe that's because we're researching it over here in this sort of material study branch. I'm assuming each one of these branches has a name. I don't know if it's listed somewhere. I mean, it's quite obvious: military, biology, and I think this is like more material studies. And so it's possible, again, you can work on a tech in more than one branch. There's a little bit of overlap. But first, we're gonna have to go and get either electromagnetic rail rocketry, which unlocks the Javelin class ship. So they're specialized ships built around a single large weapon. No damage fall off against ships 1 formation line away. Allows them to stay behind the front lines. So the cruisers are sort of, I think they can hit the first and second row. So they're a little bit better front lining. Or we can go electromagnetic rigidity for some extra hit points. I think I'll just take the extra hit points first. I suspect we'll go ahead and be researching both of these because I think we need both of these for the compact electromagnetic generators. So we can research either one, and this one will boost our cruisers right away. So it seems like a pretty good idea. Oh, left side. There you go. Military prosperity, industry, economy, knowledge, and resources. Thank you. Now, I had seen that. I just forgot about it. Fleet under attack, enemy army. If we are planning on colonizing Mel, and it's actually not too bad, like 41% habitability seems pretty decent, right? Oh, interesting. Oh, right, Mel's got some people. That's why we're getting the stats. But we should. Right, Green Elite is a gas giant. Pikmin is an icy world. 35% habitability. Okay. Oh, I forget. I can just look at the sidebar as well. So that's 75. Animal Acarid. Oh, that is a beautiful blue. Oh, wow. Hurdle, you're actually more habitable than my homeworld. So this is obviously the first thing we're going to want to colonize. Okay, but I still think the 41% is probably worthwhile. But yeah, when we get a colony ship, we're going to send it to Carid. For sure.
Research complete.
All right, we finished our Dunna and Mega Fusion reactors. I think that's true, right? Because this was, yeah. So the Dunna tracking, the DNA tracking over here. I could immediately go into tissue printing, which is a very cool building, which I'm going to want. But I think I will go to micro implants because we're going to want it eventually. And this just gives us a passive bonus of just growth rate flat out without having to build anything. So we'll throw that in. There's our Mega Fusion reactors. So we get increased industrial outputs on all planets, which is great. And again, we could unlock some new buildings, and we're going to be doing this. Actually, lossless cables. Oh, it is a building. But if we get compliant mechanisms here, 2.5% more to all project development rates on all planets. Yeah, I love the idea of picking up some passive boost right now, while we're still building the first few buildings anyway. So that seems like a kind of a no-brainer. Okay, I like that. What's the next thing that's going to happen? Our hospital's going to be done in a year. Well, next thing that's going to happen is probably the combat's going to end. But you can see the combat is going on for literal months. That was epic. Big fight.
Project complete.
Okay. So hospital is completed, and we did queue up the industrial zone. So construction is still ongoing. The next big event is our scouts arriving at the next systems. We're almost done fighting off the rogue AI. I guess I don't know how strong the ground forces are. Maybe doesn't make sense. Go to our capital. Maybe I should go and queue up a couple of Marines. You see, 10,000 machines. I only have 16,000. We did just queue up some construction here. All right, we destroyed an alien fleet, or an enemy fleet. Rogue AI threat has been deactivated for now. More income, or vehicle materials harvested from the rains of destroyed fleet sent to shipyards for a faction to be used on our own ships. So, if you have these materials, these vehicle materials boost your ships in a variety of different ways. That's kind of nice, but we're 10 years in. We are running a deficit again. So I think I'm going to go for the cash money boost once. Yeah, that seems like okay. One control of a planet's orbit we don't own. Yeah, so Melvin, it's got the white circle for the ground and the purple circle for space. Yeah, Quill having deficit is normal. Yeah, I mean, you know, deficit spending is where it's at, right? We can see our empire-wide buff running over here, which is kind of spiffy. And if we meet other actual empires, we're going to see them over in the top right corner, for example. I guess I can send my fleet home. Anywhere that you've got a spaceport, they will repair. There you go. So we may as well leave them there. Oh, yeah, we don't. So we don't get a view of the army over here because we don't have a ship in orbit anymore. I think you do get a tech upgrade for the scouts that can reveal all fleets in a system, even if you're not at the planet. That's kind of cool. There you go. Scouts are going to arrive soon.
Fleet arrived.
Okay. Scout 1 has arrived in the Watanabe system. Not pretty far from the elliptical, but that's fine. Why don't you go and start at H? Actually, I could mouse over and see, you know, what would take the least amount of months to get there. I guess C is the fastest for now. Are we going to traveling salesman this? I don't know. Oh, this is an actual minutes, not months. Jeez, they are fast. Okay, so it auto pauses when it arrives at destination. We'll unpause.
Fleet arrived.
Scout 2's arrived, so in a completely different system. Oh, and I might have specifically told you to go to Elkin. I can't remember. Oh, it's funny watching the planets go in the elliptical. You know, for a long time, before we really figured out heliocentrism, right? You're trying to map out the orbits of the planets, and they do like weird looking things, especially near the sun. Like they say that like they wobble back and forth.
Scan complete.
Trying to map out the path of the planets in the night sky was such a complicated job of like weird circles and spirals and stuff. It's funny that like people resisted heliocentrism at first because it so easily explains their motion in such a cleaner way. Okay, we scanned our first planet not in our star system. Even more income? Honestly, yeah. Well, you know what? No, I'm gonna get some of these materials. Done. Or, oh, that's plus 10% materials. That's dumb. I don't actually have any right now. I shouldn't have picked that. Oh well. Live and don't learn. I can get a bunch of flat machines or a bunch of flat tech. We love tech, right? Oh, this is, oh, if I find all my enemies. If I find all the enemy factions, right. Okay, scan complete. Scout number 1.
Scan complete.
And then scout number 2.
Project complete.
Colony ship completed. Yeah, baby. All right. So-called Fleet 3 is our colony ship fleet. And we are going to send you to Kharid. So it'll take an hour. Yeah, the ships do move a lot faster than used to. And then... Right, 1 control. We have control because we have the fleet there. Not really, but this is a valid planet. We're going to go and colonize this. Bam! Objective complete. More machine parts or a leader. You know what? We're going to do these leaders. Strong leader emerged when colonizing Kharid and becomes a counselor there. New objective, colonize another planet. All right, we'll work on it for sure. So, Kharid. Currently 10k population. Alrighty. And yeah, we've got 2 counselors. We've got a prosperity one and an economy one. That's nice. Let's go into the civil production queue. And your growth rate should be fine, actually, with this, because the growth rate is highly influenced by the habitability and happiness. But yeah, positive numbers, which is good to see. Let's start with the industrial zone first. Get our machines going up. I will throw the hospital in the queue, though. That seems like an okay idea. That's not a bad point. Both helio and geocentrism is correct, just a matter of perspective. I mean, I guess that's true. Everything is relative, right? I mean, technically, you know, we're not orbiting the sun. Well, we are, but the sun is also orbiting something else. It's turtles all the way down, baby. All right, new counselor, colonize, 1 control, new cruiser in the queue, looking good. No baddies that we know about in the system. Well, except for the army around Melvin.
Enemy detected.
Enemy fleet detected in our star system. Oh yeah, they're visiting Green Elite. And, you know, Green Elite's a swell person and all, but we gotta go and murder those guys.
We're under attack.
Battle fleet arrived and is under attack. There we go. Yeah, we've got overwhelming forces. So this should be fine. And
Research
2 scans are on the
complete.
go. Oh, micro implants researched. There we are. Nice. Okay, so we can either research tissue farms for health and prosperity, or robot nursery for birth rate and prosperity. I think I'll go for the birth rate. Plus, you know, who doesn't want to be sung a lullaby by a robot? The auto-tune's going to be fantastic. So let's do that. Okay, how's our planet coming, right? How's McMahon feeling? 65k population, birth rate going up real fast. That's good. If I was worried about my funding, I could pull back on research, and we might end up doing that. In fact, I kind of think like we can oh wait, sorry, this is machine parts. That's right. Ooh, I would like more research, but we also need the machine parts. I think I may leave it where it is. Yeah, that's probably fine. So you get in the industrial zone in a couple of years, and then we may have some buildings. But the nice thing is, if we're not running any construction over here, it's kind of fine because we're just accumulating more machines. We do have a few, though. I think I'm going to go and build 2 squads of Marines, and then we'll see about clearing out the baddies. There is somewhere... Right, 1 army doesn't cause unhappiness here. So I guess if we had a couple armies here, they might start to balk at it, but we're going to send the armies away, so I think that's going to be okay.
Research complete.
What do we finish? Compliant mechanisms. So, again, robotics hub. Another building, or we could just go lossless cables. Oh, right, which is another building. I think I'm going to go for the robotics hub for machine production.
Scan reveals bonus.
Scan reveals... Ooh, more income. Okay. Nice. And who's this? Scout 1 in Watanabe. So yeah, I guess these planets here are the ones we haven't scouted yet, because we don't know what type of planet they are yet. Enemy army.
Scan complete.
Scout 2 in Helkin. Yeah, there's an army there. Trying to keep up on the notifications. Someone asked if there's an ability to change the timescale. I'm not sure.
Scan reveals bonus.
Scan reveals a grateful leader, which is joined Watanabe H. Okay. Might be nice once we go and settle there.
Scan complete.
Go 2 at Helkin F. We'll do some renaming here once we start colonize it, but I'm not going to worry about it ahead of time. Oh, we got enemy ships and armies over in Helkin G. Again, our scouts are fine. Ooh, there's a lot of planets in Helkin. That'd be a pretty nice planet for us to take control over.
Project complete.
Why is the guy chilling around a planet? I don't know. He's probably Matt Damon. That's probably what's going on. He needed to be rescued again. All right, over on McMahon, we have completed our industrial zone and our hospital. And I don't feel like we need the bunker right away. The Universal Variator, I think, is one of our... Yeah, this is one of our victory condition techs over here. You can see currently the building time would be 39,000 years. Plus we need a level 3 counselor and we need 250 million machines. So that might be a little bit of a later thing. Sorry, you're right. 39,874 years and 10 months. Like when you're doing derivatives and you got to remember to add like plus C, like plus a constant. Snafu asks, do any of the techs require cross-tech technology? I don't think, well, yes-ish, I suppose. Simply in that, so magnesium alloys can be researched just in the resource ones, but it is a blocker for everything, like for gravity telescopes and ionized hulls, we do need this. But you can research it within this field itself. I don't think there's anything that's a blocker in one field that like could cause you to somehow become completely bottlenecked in one field until you research something in another. Because I think, I mean, that would be incredibly unappealing. So I suspect the answer to like the pure cross stuff, no, but it does matter.
Battle 1.
On control of the planet's orbit, we don't control. Oh, yes. There you go. We went and blew up some people by Green Elite. Lovely. If we took any damage, let's go back to
Fleet
McMahon.
arrived.
This is the full game, Madman on. There is a free demo available, but the game did come out today.
Project complete.
I think the demo was available for a while. Some people had already played it. Okay, we got an extra cruiser. So we've got 2 fleets currently parked by McMahon, but I'm going to have Fleet 4 just join Battle Fleet. So now a single fleet of 3 cruisers. I don't think I'll build more cruisers. I'll probably go and do the javelins after, sort of a back row. And that's assuming we even need anything else. Now, I could even go and direct some of these cruisers. I could send them to another system. There's actually a few baddies in one of the systems we're looking at, but I think I want to keep an eye out on my home planet stuff. Well, that does remind me, do we have... Should get another colony ship in the queue. And how's the barrack stuff? Okay, that's still coming along. I'm not going to boost the production of the colony ship.
Scan complete.
Scan complete. E.
Scan complete.
And the other scan here. Yeah, I would certainly not be opposed to an auto explore, auto scan feature for the scouts. I always like that in a game. Would not complain. But as is, I don't think that exists.
Research complete.
Okay, actually, what I should do, research complete. If I click on this, it zooms me there, which is good. Because otherwise, like, when I'm zoomed out, I'm like, where did I finish? I don't know. But if you click the notification, it brings you to the tech that just finished, which is great. So we need electromagnetic rail rocketry now. This will unlock the Javelin class of ships, which I may end up building soon. I don't know. Yeah, even if you don't pick up this game today, make sure to wishlist it or download the demo. Not only is it a good way to keep an eye on these games, but it also helps the developer know that these little sponsored streams are a good idea. This is a sponsored stream, but I love my Space 4X games, and I knew you guys did too, so it was pretty easy to say yes to. New objective, grow a food source. To make the most of the planets we have colonized, we must exploit the resources and the workers, mostly the resources they provide. Research microbiome ID and build any food generation project to enhance our faction. Next little build in there. And there's not a ton of typos in the book. Sorry, my novel that released this weekend. But now that people are reading it, we're finding a couple things here and there. And there aren't very many, but every single one of them is like a stake to the heart. But that's okay. There's going to be a second printing soon. I'll update things, which won't help anyone who's already got a print copy. But you have a special one with an error, right? It's like a coin that's got an error. It's worth more, right? That's how it works. What is a worker if not a resource? A very renewable. You won. Yeah. Yeah. So we are. Oh, actually, we've got a tech. Oh, you know what? That came up. No. Bring me down here. I think we just finished gravity in. Yeah, that's what we did. We finished gravity interferometry, which is available in more than one chain, which is why it zoomed me over here. But that's why it gave us the quest to like, hey, maybe you should grow some food. So we're going to research microbiome ID. And we've got a little bit of progression on this as well. How come we got some progress there? Did we get some free tech somewhere? Did I research it? I don't think we're doing a cross research for it. But this will give us the ability to grow various things. Citrus farms. Meat vats. Ah, yeah, baby. My favorite kind of meat. Vat meat. Delicious. Sugar plantations. Dairy factories. All right. Research. Experience level gain. Reduce how long it takes to scan. That's nice. Oh, technology left by others boosted our resource research. That explains it. So we both finished the tech faster and it dumped some extra research into microbiome ID, which is perfect because that's exactly what we're going to research next.
Scan complete.
All right. Watanabe. We've got just a couple more places to scan. Planet C is quite interesting. I don't know if this is going to turn out to be one of the ones that had some people on it. Oh, I can't open the view. Okay, so you need something in orbit to be able to check the view. Oh, and I just sent my scout back there, which is one.
Fleet arrived.
But it has some pretty good stats here. 65% habitability, really defensive. I'm not defensive. I don't know what you're talking about. It's interferometry, measurement via interference patterns. Thank you.
Scan complete.
Oh, you want me to turn down the UI sound some more? Is the clicking still a little on the loud? Let's turn the UI sounds quite a lot lower then. Okay, scan complete. Watanabe, which there's just one more planet to go. Watanabe B. First Marines are about to finish over at McMahon.
Project complete.
I'm wondering about sending them after the planet right away, but I think I'll wait until I got the pair just to make sure. Yeah. And that's the scan I just checked. Actually, I only have one scan in this list. Scout 1. Oh, you're still at what, BB? No, but you're actively scanning that. Okay. Scout 2? Are you actively scanning? No, you're not. I didn't actually select you. I just zoomed to you. Oh, are you doing... Oh, you're locked in on your trip already. Well, that's fine.
Research complete.
Nurture robotics is done. We could go straight to structural mycelium. 5% habitability on planets. Actually, I think I will do that. The tissue printer is good, but I think I'll take a passive boost right now rather than unlocking another building. Yeah. Let's do that. And then if we open up our planet view. So we have nothing in the build queue for McMahon. Let's throw in the robot nursery. There we go. You're building the colony ship. We can't build ships at Terra because we don't have the starbase.
Research complete.
Self-sufficient robotics is done. So we have to research lossless cables next. Okay, that's fine. Get those expensive. You got to get the gold-plated HDMI cables. Otherwise, your TV signal is just it's not going to be the same. You'll get that digital static.
Research complete.
Electromagnetic gearing. Oh, which was our first tech in the economy tree. We go quantum banking, which gives us what? The ability to build a quantum bank. You know, we could use the income boost, actually. Or automated recycling, which would actually take twice as long to research. Yeah, we'll go for quantum banking. That seems fine to me.
Research complete.
And robotic AI is done okay. So quantum data analysis, 5% more tech boosting. I mean, AI independent learning is quite good too, but it is twice as more expensive for a tech. So we'll go with quantum data analysis first. We're 23 years into the game. I think things are going okay. Did I swap both my scouts?
Enemy detected.
I think I might have just swapped both my scouts. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, enemy fleet in Lacaille. Fleet 30. No. Unacceptable. They're like, but we're just visiting Pikmin Meg. No. Unacceptable. Battle fleet?
Fleet arrived. Under
I'm gonna blow those guys up. Done, done, done. Under attack. That's okay.
Fleet arrived.
All right. Scouts have arrived at both destinations. They're both scanning. Yeah, I think I ended up swapping both scouts. So I moved one to the wrong place, and when I was fixing it, I selected the wrong one after. Scan revealed valuable object. Hey, more money. Okay, Scout 2 is done scanning. So now Watanabe is done. So I don't think there's any good reason for us to stay here. So let's go to... I don't know, Caracas. Sure. Actually, we haven't done... You know what? Lacdawala might be a little closer to Lacaille. It's hard because it's like on this vertical axis here. There's not a whole galaxy. We're doing a galactic cluster. We're doing a cluster of stars over here. And we're only playing on the medium-sized map, not the large one. There's only 4 factions, including us. There are 8 total available in the game, with the 9th one on the way, apparently.
Scan reveals bonus.
Alright, that was the old scan complete. And then Scout 1 has found some more resources. And Helkin. Oh, we got 2 more planets in Helkin. Helkin B.
Battle 1.
Battle 1. There we go. Battle fleet, good job. And yeah, there's still, we definitely, that's another planet we have to clear. There's at least 2 planets that have some enemy armies on the ground that we're going to have to clear out. Just head back to McMahon for some repairs. Thank you very much.
Scan complete.
And, oh, one more planet. Helkin I.
Research complete.
Electromagnetic rail rocketry. That sounds fun. Yeah. So the Javelin, right? Specialized ship, a single large weapon. So presumably a big spinal weapon on that thing. They go all the way to 11. So we've already researched gravity interfere. This word over here, which I can totally say, I'm just, trying not to repeat myself too much. We could go to electromagnetic membranes directly from here. Now, this diagonal line is kind of interesting because what this is, it's not a prereq. This diagonal line over here is actually, if we research compact electromagnetic generators, it'll actually give us a little bit of research towards electromagnetic membranes at the same time, which is very convenient. Also, I think this symbol here is telling us, yeah, boosted by researching other texts. So this exists in another tree potentially, same as that. I know you've already told me how to say it, but I'm not gonna say. Interferometry. Interferometry. I think I'm just gonna keep saying that way, even though it's wrong. My mouth is not so good sometimes. Anyway, this would give us our army more hit points. I don't know if we strictly need it for just, killing some of the rogue AIs, especially if we're going with a 2-to-1 ratio of armies, but who knows? Maybe it's super tough. I suspect we'll probably be doing the invasion before this gets researched. Yeah, our next group of Marines is done in 11 months. But, maybe what we'll be doing is learning things, right? We're going to send in our first wave of people with wet cardboard armor. And then if that doesn't work out for some reason, then we'll deal with it. Okay, another colony ship is completed. Now, the problem with that is I think the next place we do want to settle was one of the places with some alien bits and bobs. Okay, Planet D, which is D. Melvin, was pretty good, but I think those had ground troops. Yeah, so we can't colonize you. Is Green Elite's a gas giant, right? So even though it has a low habitability, of 16%, 35% habitability. So let's see what happens here. And how they add versus multiply. I don't think the other one's a gas giant. Green Elite is a gas giant. There's no ground troops here. Ground troops in this case would be presumably ground troops on a Cloud City type place. All right, so we colonize on the planet. I think I'm gonna just, free population. Free army. Maybe I should pick up the army. All right, new objective, colonize a planet in another star system. Okay. There is... Okay, my Marines are here. Yeah, and there we go. We can create a fleet. I can merge it to a fleet, which is important because sometimes you need defenses. Here, I think I'm going to go and I'm going to make you a fleet as is. There you go. Fleet 6 has an army ship in it. Great. I will get you to rendezvous and join with Battle Fleet.
Fleet arrived.
There you go. Arrived and merged. And then with McMahon, I'm going to do kind of the same thing. Barracks, because you're already there. Well, I'll wait for the other one to pop out. And we'll just take care of it at that time.
Scan complete.
That was the last Helkin planet, right? Yeah. So Scout 1, Helkin is completely cleared out. I'll send you to Cromlin, just to pick something.
Project complete.
All right, Marines. So we're going to select both these guys. I wonder if there's a way to join the fleet directly. I don't know. Let's say make a new fleet. But then what I'm going to do is join Battle Fleet. So Battle Fleet is 3 cruisers plus 3 army ships. The army ships can't, unlike scouts can't be engaged in combat. Army ships can be engaged in combat and are apparently quite squishy. So I'm going to send our entire fleet over to Melvin. And then, I've never done this, deploy to planet. Boop. Okay. There we go. 3 of us, 1 of them. And it's all Marine class units. So presumably that will go fine. Yeah, they're transport boats, exactly.
Battle 1.
Cleared. There we go. Gain control of surface. Oh, I should have another colony ship in my queue. These icons by the planets, by the way, are shortcuts. This is the civilian build queue. Then we've got the ship build queue and the army build queue. So if I want to get another colony ship, I can do it that way. Let's do that. And then, how is our civilian construction going? Okay, Green Elite doesn't have something, which we should absolutely get. Get you the hospital, followed by an industrial zone, please. And then on Mel, you know what? I'll leave one of the armies behind. The rest of them can all go to space. And then go to Pikmin. Unescorted is fine. Land. And then Battle Fleet, I'm going to just send you back to McMahon.
Fleet arrived.
Yeah, the music's pretty good.
Fleet arrived.
Fleet arrived. Oh, Scout has arrived at the station. Oh! Right. Now, I didn't actually select a planet for you. Just a system. So go there. That's fine. And enemy army over here. So it'll be interesting to see which
Research complete.
other star system we decide to do. Lossless cables have been researched, so we've got a new building, clean telecoms. And then we can go to construction AI heuristics. Increased development rate of civil projects, those are our buildings. Or radiation shielding. Plus 10k population capacity and plus 5k starting population for colony ships. And more machines and colony ships. This seems like a really good idea. I'm going to do this.
Scan complete.
Okay, so that's Scout 2.
Battle 1.
Gain control of surface. All right, Pikmin is now clean of baddies. I don't know, like, if we've got a GC around there. No. And then, all right, I think the system is clean now. I'm going to put you back in orbiter on McMahon. Maybe, you know what, maybe I will take off with this fleet as well. Because I might want to move my entire battle fleet
Fleet arrived.
with transports to a new system.
Fleet arrived.
To tell you if you're not researching a category. Yes, there's that pop-up there doesn't let us continue if we're not researching a category. We'll see that, showcase that properly next time. How will we get superheroes without radiation exposure?
Complete.
That's a good point. Alright, let's go to new planet for you. There we go.
Fleet arrived.
And Scout 1. Just drive to a new system. Perfectly cromulent system. Ooh, yellow? What kind of planet is this? Oh, it's a gas giant! With alien fleets around it. Alright. Or, not alien. Rogue AI fleets around it. We still haven't found another
Scan
faction.
complete.
Okay, first scan complete.
Scan complete. Project complete.
Robot nursery. Okay, McMahon has a robot nursery. Got some machines. Should I be building more ship stuff? You are working on that. Should I build more troops? Maybe not. But okay, let's do clean telecoms first because it will boost our research rate, which seems like a pretty good idea. You know what? I'm gonna queue up the robotics hub at the same time.
Enemy detected.
Ooh, okay. Herod's population is dropping. Go figure. Herod is dying. Who would have thought? So if we look at prosperity, we have a negative birth rate going on right now. Well, the birth rate per month is slightly positive. Although I guess maybe then we've got a death rate that's added in here to come into things. We can see where we're getting these various modifiers from. Now we could get this a little bit better. If we go into our industry here, actually, the health on this planet is pretty good. We would actually see, like, this little warning over here. You could actually see it disappear, I think, if we brought these up enough. But I'm not sure we can get there. Finance, machines. I mean, maybe we should invest in one of these other categories. You know what? Let's bring... Ooh, okay. This is having virtually no effect whatsoever. Let's not do that. Oh, wow, yeah. Very little on these. Okay, we'll just leave these sliders where they are. Things are going to get better on Carrid, especially if I'd built the hospital first, but whatever. Okay. Yeah, so right now, the only thing we've committed to today is a 2-hour sponsored stream. And then after that, I'll take stock of myself and decide if we're going longer with the second game. Ooh, new counselor on McMahon. How are the counselor situation going on here? There you go, spreading a few different categories. Okay.
Scan complete.
Let's go to... blockade going on? Oh, we're on Carrid. Thank you. Maybe I should split off the army ships.
Fleet
We're
arrived.
under attack.
Project complete.
Industrial zone. Okay, Carrid. Yeah, that blockade wasn't helping things. Thank you. Oh, we're getting XP for our ships.
Scan
That's great.
complete.
Something bad finally happened to my planet. I mean, it was inevitable. Bad things always happen to Carrid. All right, that's the last planet to do in the system. Ooh, that's going to be a good habitability one.
Research complete.
So this is what happens. Like if you've got a category where there's no tech, we got this little pop up here, and this game is actually paused. It's not actually even running at 1 second per second right now. It's actually paused. You have to be advancing your text. You can't screw up and not be researching something. You know what we're gonna do is we're gonna push the microme ID here. Now, if I had researched radiation shielding first, it would give a little bit of tech towards microme or microbiome ID, but I have to finish tissue printing before I can do that. We're already researching this, so I'm gonna boost it by researching it in this tree as well. So we'll finish it slightly faster.
Scan complete.
Okay, so that's Lakdawala finished. Shocked we haven't found any other empires yet. Let's go to Selene. Over there. Microbiome ID. You can see it's twice in the queue here because it's two
Battle
different
one.
tech trees we're going to finish. Okay, we regained control of our planet's orbit. Enemy fleet destroyed. Hopefully Carrot is happier now. And it's definitely growing again, so that's good. Oh, I should still send the fleet home in case it needs repairs.
Fleet arrived.
Oh, did I think I sent Scout 1 over here. Because of another misclick. Where were you? Correct?
Research complete.
Okay, microbiome ID. So it's done in 2 different categories over here. Let's go and backfill the tissue printing. And then down here, I'm going to start towards, I don't know, magnesium alloys. It's basically a 3D game. I think basically all Space 4X games are on 2D map. Yeah! And the 3 dimensions really matters. It's definitely not just on one plane. I mean, obviously, a star system is basically going to be all on an elliptical, right? But our solar cluster, star cluster, there's no reason to do that. I don't think you can supplement failing planetary population with more colony ships that I know of. Doesn't mean that's not the case. That is a good question. We could try it with this next colony ship. I want to send it to another system, which does make me think. Okay, I mean, we're still gonna need to defend our home system. What are we gonna colonize something in our home system first? I think we probably got to. I think Mel was pretty decent here. 41% base habitability. Geez, another gas giant. You know, maybe we should send you another system right away. We send you with ships? Oh. I guess I could just queue up some new ones. Probably is the thing to do.
Project complete.
All right, calling ship. So yeah, what I'm gonna do.
Fleet arrived. Fleet
I'm
arrived.
gonna merge everything together. So the so-called battle fleet has got the 3 cruisers, the 3 army ships, and the colony ship. And we're going to send it to another star system. We want to go to Helkin. I think Helkin D was pretty good. 67% habitability. 64%. There you go. We've got a couple of decent places. Okay, let's go to Helkin D. So this is this entire battle fleet. So it's going to have some support ships in case there's some space-based raiders, and in case the planets we want to settle have some ground troops, we're going to go blow them up. And then we will go and settle the rest of the stuff in our home system as well, but I like this as a priority. Okay, compact electromagnetic generators has been researched. What does this give us by itself? Oh yeah, more army hit points. It gave us a little bit of research towards electromagnetic membranes, you can see. I might go and throw in on magnesium alloys, though, because, again, we're going to double up on our efforts. So we're researching magnesium alloys in a couple of different places. And I like that idea, to just rush that down as much as possible and give some extra building options. How does one build a new shipyard? I believe the very first planet you settle in a system gets a shipyard. If there's a way to build others, then there might be as well. I'm not certain I know that yet. We've unlocked some things. We could unlock some of these food boosting ones. If we take a look at the resource tree here, we can see what the various, again, what these do, right? If we build a building that produces vitamins, we get extra health, proteins, we get extra growth rate, and so on. Now, over on McMahon, it is really well suited to growing fats, which does decrease the amount of population we need for counselors. They're also not bad at sugar. I mean, you know, relative to the others. So we could do that. Sugar is happiness. I might look for a sugar building first, the vertical sugar plantation. Let's throw that in the queue. I like that. Can you add your scouts to military civilian fleets so the scout and potential military actions can be combined? I don't know. Maybe. Also, do we have a static scout? Moving. No, okay. All of our fleets are on the way. In the way. On the way. Words are hard. Ship here is a civil project. Free one is a special thing. Okay. Alright, scout one arriving. Radiation shielding. New cruiser at home. Build some defenses.
Fleet arrived.
Scout has arrived at destination. The Carrick system. Excellent. All right, start scanning. And yeah, would not be opposed to scout automation. All right, radiation shielding finished. It finished. We were researching 2 categories for speed. Quantum drug research. Benign happiness drug. 5% happiness on all planets. Human-like robotics. Reduce the amount of population required for counselors. Late onset menopause. 10% more proteins. I know, we want to be happy, right? Let's be happy. Toady, thanks for a raid. Oh, sorry, I need tissue printing first, which we're still researching that one. My bad. So this is one of the things where, again, if you go and you click on like the alert over here, it will load you to the finished ones. But I wouldn't mind maybe a little bit more of an indicator of which one of these categories is not actively being researched. I love that the game doesn't let you continue with one of the queues not researching, which would be obviously terrible and very undesirable. But a little indicator of a category that's currently like sleepy, that would be great. Construction AI heuristics. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, Warner, thank you very much. And Toady, thank you very much for publishing my book. Thank you. Yes, so this is a sponsored stream for Stellar Reach, but you can also buy my novel over at crimson-fall.com. All right, we're scouting out the Carrick system.
Enemy detected.
Oh, enemy fleet detected in our star system. They're occupying Gene C right now. Well, we can't do anything about that until I get our next batch of ships, because we just sent our battle fleet away somewhere.
Research complete.
Now, one thing I'm curious about, like, once you play more, I wonder how much of a, like, garrison fleet you might keep. Would you keep a ship or 2 around every planet? I suspect not. I suspect you'd keep a smaller fleet, concentrated together, and then respond to threats that come up. But it is something to consider. Okay, tissue printing is done. So that gives us the tissue farm, which is more health and more prosperity sentiment. And then radiation shielding and structural mycelium is done. So now we can do the quantum drug research. Seems like an okay idea.
Scan complete.
Let's go. And yeah, I really do love the fact that the game doesn't have a pause feature. Instead, it just runs at normal time, 1 second per second, instead of months at a time. Okay, McMahon's population is dropping. Wait, is it currently being... Oh, the blockade has moved to McMahon. Okay, but that's fine. Well, I guess it means that our cruiser's going to immediately be engaged in combat. What I might want to do... after this, ooh, that is nerfing our production times. I think this was nearly done, actually. Right? We may have to recall our war fleet. Although it's not arriving at the star
Fleet
system.
arrived.
Okay, you know what? Let's make a new fleet. Let's transfer all the cruisers over to the new fleet. And then we're going to send you back home. That's what I get for moving all my war fleets out. But I did like the idea of defending, you know, our new holdings too. Probably sending the army ships was like definitely the
Project
most important
complete.
part. Ooh, our economy's dropped so much of that blockade. Oh, where was it? So one thing I know that I do is I always forget some things are double click and some things are right click to open. Like over here, I can right click to open these, but I think in the space view, it's a double click. But sometimes I try to right click on the name bands. And if I do that while there's a fleet selected, I'm redirecting the fleet. So I keep moving my scouts in ways that I don't necessarily want to, or, you know, other fleets like that. I should really just get used to using the sidebar as much as possible. Well, I don't know if this is better than Distant Worlds 2 or not, because it's always going to depend on personal preferences, right?
Fleet
We're
arrived.
under attack.
There you go. Battle fleet under attack. Oh! Ooh, this is undesirable. That fleet's going to get trashed. This is what happened. I forgot that we were sending these guys to a planet. I should have just sent them out somewhere a random point in the solar system. Because then I split off the war fleet. I guess I could have split off maybe just a couple. Maybe I'm going to do it, but we will see. We may just have to build some more ships. Oh well.
Project
Not the end of the
complete.
world. Okay. And then this other cruiser arrives at the same time. What timing? Okay. Double click on McMahon. Go to shipyard. Let's get some extra colony ships again. Mm-hmm.
We're under attack.
Yeah. This fleet here. I don't think there's a retreat button. Create a new fleet, but then it would just get caught up. Yep. Colony ships and these army ships are going to get destroyed. There's just really bad timing on that fleet attacking
Project
at home.
complete.
And then the cruiser, as soon as our fleet joined in here, McMahon, the battle here, it's no longer a blockade. So as soon as my ships joined, yeah, I guess I could have just sent one back, because as soon as it arrived, I forgot that was mechanic. As soon as it arrived, it would have lifted the siege, which let that cruiser complete, which meant that we were way on top of the battle situation. And yeah, I should have just split off a single ship to do it. Live and don't learn.
Research complete.
Quantum data analysis. So AI research heuristics will do next. What did this give us? Yeah, more tech boosting. Nothing wrong with that.
Ship lost.
Yeah, I know.
Ship lost.
I know.
Research complete.
Magnesium alloys. Nice. So we got a little bit of progress towards electromagnetic membranes. Magnetic shields. 0.25 light years of visibility range for this planet. Oh, you build it on a planet. Reduce disruption from enemies in orbit. More military sentiment. AI simulation. More. I mean, we're going to need both of these regardless. I might go for electromagnetic membranes because we got a tiny bit of research towards this, and it leads towards titanium atom arrangement or alignment or whatever it was, which sounds pretty good. And then we'll pick up the carbon nanotubes in our resource research here. And then McMahon, right, you've got plenty in your queue.
Ship lost.
I think that was probably the last of our colony fleet, unfortunately. So McMahon, we do need you to build a couple new Marines for us, please.
Fleet arrived.
All right, scout. There.
Fleet
Enemy
detected.
Found another faction. Oh, finally! We found a Thelian. All right, last
Battle
ship around
one.
McMahon is done. Regain control over the orbit. That's great. I'm going to leave this fleet here. That's another cruiser, I think.
Fleet arrived.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll split you immediately. Yeah. Let me immediately split you in two. And then we're going to send... Let's go back to Helkin. Oops. I mean, you'll never get there in time to save our last ship. And turns out we do have one more. But we're going to send our fleet to Helkin D. Fleet of 2
Scan
cruisers,
reveals
which should be
bonus.
fine. Scan complete, revealed valuable object. Well, thank you very much. We could use the economy boost, as it turns out. Go there. I'm also going to get in the habit of deselecting my scouts after I give them
Fleet
commands,
arrived.
so I don't end up sending back and forth too much.
We're under attack.
Let me join battle. Oh, that's okay. Oh, that's actually... You know what? They got 3 ships that are slightly damaged. So perhaps... Fleet 15. Come back over here.
Scan reveals bonus.
But yeah, let's make sure... Ooh, castaways. Let's make sure to not leave our home planet undefended. Maybe a single ship.
Fleet arrived. Research complete.
Complete. Construction, AI, heuristics, right. Faster development speed. And then we'll jump in on copper nanotubes, which is being worked on in another category. I like that.
Battle lost.
Because getting like 2 techs 20 years from now versus getting 1 tech in 10 years, and then, you know, like that, better. All right, fleet loss, yeah. Oh, well.
Scan complete.
Doing the Marines. Got that coming in. Okay, that's going to be good. Scan complete. I don't know if we represent all humans or whatever the different factions. I think we are.
arrived.
I think, or whatever we are. I think we are all the same species, just different factions that have split
Enemy
up,
detected.
that are trying to colonize this little area of space. Enemy fleet in our star system. Yeah, so we're not going to let that aggression stand here. We want some vengeance over what's happened to us.
Fleet
We're
arrived.
under attack.
Silly rogue AI.
Scan complete. Fleet arrived. Project complete.
Hospital completed on Herod. Now, what I might want to do at this point is look at the resources. What's most plentiful on Herod? Like, they have a lot of aluminium, which increases ship regenerate. They have a decent amount of titanium, which adds to our defense. I think I'm tempted to build a titanium mine here. It'll take a long time. This is still planet works. No, I think I like it. I think we're gonna go and put down a titanium mine on Karen.
Scan complete.
I can boost it. Yeah, let's boost it with some extra machines here. In fact, as many machines as we've got. Yeah, we get diminishing returns. Maybe I will just go around halfway mark. But that did shave a lot of time off that. Let's go to Flammarion. And right, that was the hospital I dealt with. Enemy, yeah, that's fine. That's all.
Fleet arrived.
Who's arrived? That's all good. And it's completing.
Scan reveals bonus.
Found some resources. Nice. Must be one more to do in Flammarion.
Battle 1.
There you go. Fleet out Mel.
Fleet arrived. Project complete.
Colony ship complete. You know, maybe I should just finish colonizing. Let's pick up all the planets in our system here. I know it's not as valuable, and we don't have, like, a mission. But maybe I won't worry about picking up the other places. Pick up some more colony ships. And let's give it a minute first. We got 2 more planets to go and colonize here. Oh, Mel, you need something in your queue. Go Industrial Zone Hospital.
Scan reveals bonus.
Council upgrade. Take a look. You got 4 counselors in total. Nice. And yeah, we got the level 2 in prosperity. Extra happiness in there. Boosting our research rate. You can see the effectiveness of our counselors does scale based on our happiness and our budget. Someone is asking about what's the deal with negative money. So we do lose effectiveness in a few different things with the case. So we will have to go and we'll have to get these quantum banks. In fact, I might delay the sugar here and queue up the quantum bank next. Can your javelins move faster than your cruisers? That's a good question. I don't know. I suspect they're probably about the same. They just battle differently, but I actually don't know. Speed 20,000, javelin speed 150,000 or 200,000. So the javelins are actually slower than the cruisers. So javelins in a fleet with cruisers would slow down the fleet, but probably still worthwhile for more serious battle fleets.
Project complete.
Hub, bank, okay.
Research
How long do
complete.
counselors live? Oh, it's a good question. I don't know. I don't know if counselors represent an actual person or more of an office. Yeah. What's hypersonic transit? Oh, just flat out more productivity. Yeah, that's great. And then the other category was over here. I was planning on probably moving towards titanium and atom alignment. Or no, I was going to go with the greater protein effect. I think contributes to growth rate. I have a feeling my scouts are currently back. Oh, I selected the enemy fleet on my scout. Okay, so Flammarion is fully scouted out. Well, they haven't actually colonized every planet in here. Check out bombs.
Project complete.
Apparently I didn't actually okay, double-clicking here doesn't actually select the fleet. That's important. I wanted 2 to go there. 1, I don't want you to go there. 1 actually still had work, I think, in Quickens. Okay. Go. Love playing a home game with the news stress me out.
Fleet arrived.
It's pretty dramatic right now. Email.
Research
Nothing to worry
complete.
about. Everything's good. Quantum drug research. What is a quantum drug? Drug you're not sure if you've taken it or not? Oh, UVB resistance, increased habitability on rocky and icy planets. Habitability seems like a really good thing to boost. On the other hand, if we go to human-like robotics, which lowers how much population we need for counselors, which does seem really good. It would let us double up on the protein-enriched vegetables, but I think I want the habitability boost.
Scan complete. Fleet arrived. Project complete.
All right. Do I colonize G&D? Maybe not. Okay. Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna move one cruiser to a new fleet. So this is 3 cruisers plus a colony ship. Oh, an army? Yeah.
Fleet arrived.
There you go. 3 cruisers, a colony ship, and an army. There. Just go to Helkin Star, not to a specific planet. And then we'll figure things out from there.
Enemy detected.
Oh my god, the second we leave... 3 ships? Okay, well, that's around Carrot. We're gonna have to just leave them be for a sec. Dang. Cancel this colony ship? Oh, just maintain the progress. That's interesting. I'm gonna queue up a couple more cruisers. And a javelin. Yeah, getting bombed again. Carrot's used to getting blown up.
Scan reveals bonus.
Oh, scan rate boost. That's handy. Do, 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 do. Yeah, that's a really good question. I don't know what the
Fleet
lifespan of
arrived.
counselors are. I think because the counselors just get unlocked based on population, I really think they represent offices. So you get some extra offices, and therefore you get the extra prosperity boost or whatever. Everyone knows more bureaucracy means things go better. Bureaucracy is expanding to meet the needs of the expanding bureaucracy.
Project complete.
All right, cruiser completed. So, merge up. So this is like our home fleet. So it's a home fleet now of 2 cruisers. The problem is, over by Carrot, I believe, it's 2 cruisers and a javelin. They are slightly damaged, but I want pure numerical, at least in this case, equality. Especially with them damaged, we might be able to do 3-on-3.
Scan complete. Project complete.
Another set of Marines built.
Scan complete.
Okay. Fleet 13 in the far distance, getting to its destination in 3 years. We're just a really extreme version of
Research
Project
complete.
Exodus over here. Electromagnetic membrane is done. Yeah, we can build this to shield a planet. Gravity telescopes good for us. Scouts see any fleets in the same star system, which is very cool. Ionized hull. Oh, that unlocks a frigate! A sturdy frame with thick high-tech armor makes frigates tough to destroy. Their that's a typo, resilience also draws fire away from other ships. While good at defending our planets until reinforcements arrive, they also increase the longevity of our fleets, battling away from home. Attack to ships, attack to squadron. Oh, hold on a sec. That's quite interesting. Attack to ships. Oh, right. No, that's how good of a damage it does. Yeah. And even slower. we want that, we would need the AI simulation. Tell you what, I will pick up the AI simulation.
Scan complete.
Yeah, the cruisers maybe should be corvettes, because you're right. Cruisers should be smaller than corvettes, right? Or, sorry, cruisers should be...
Scan complete.
Frigates should be smaller than cruisers, so maybe cruisers should be renamed corvettes? Plus, who doesn't want to drive around space in a Corvette?
Project complete.
All right. That's our third cruiser.
Fleet arrived.
Should we try? Let's do it. Engage late 50. Okay. Purple is bigger than the white high wedge, so we're probably in good shape here.
Scan reveals bonus.
Corvette, frigate, destroyer, cruiser, battleship. Cruisers and frigates largely occupy the same class role. Oh, castaways. Were they on a 3-hour tour? Did things go badly? It happens sometimes. Size thing is a modern warship thing. Historically, it was just any ship assigned to a set of independent missions referred to as
Fleet
cruising.
arrived.
Oh, okay. All right. Fleet 13 arrived at the destination. Oh, yes, which was... So this is our colony fleet. Orbit of the star here. I guess the one thing is if we did have a scout, we would actually see if there were any fleets anywhere here, because we don't currently have that info. Oh, let's move to Helkin I. Oh, there's no fleets. All right, well, let's colonize Helkin I. And, here, we'll get some machines, that's fine. Helkin I is going to get renamed to I-. Signy! Bam. All right, let's go over to the hospital. I don't know if we need the industrial zone that quickly, actually. Go to the hospital for growth rate. We'll spend some extra machines on it to give it that kickstart, and that's going to be okay. All right. Darth Sasquatch, thank you very much. Apologies to answer this. Any chance of your book getting an audio version? So, quite a few people have asked, and that is something I would be interested in pursuing. It's not going to be in the short term, because I have to do research in what's involved in that, and I'm still kind of waiting for reviews to come in on the book. If you have finished the book, do make sure to drop a review. If you bought it on Amazon, that's probably the best place to do it, is wherever you bought it. Otherwise, Goodreads or something like that is probably the best, especially since Amazon does pull in Goodreads reviews. Although everything's been really slow, hasn't been syncing, because they got reviews in on one place, but it hasn't necessarily been carried over to the other. But we know that AWS has been having some issues. There's a bunch of stats that aren't being updated
Scan complete.
right now over on Amazon, so who knows what's going on. All right, Mr. Discoot, I think you're done in the VAS system. Okay. Sure. Let's go to Mandel. Well, if I can send you directly to the planet, that might be good. Send you to Mandel H. And then at home. Yeah, we're still fighting over by Carrid, but the white arc has shrunk slightly, which is good. Like, we don't have overwhelming strength over here, so it's taken a while. Oh, although it will help us with this javelin. We can bring Fleet 22 into Carrid and get considerably more firepower.
Fleet arrived.
Fleet 22 arrived, so you are now part of this fight. Yeah, we can take a look. Should be. It's just the 3 cruisers here. Oh! There we go. There we go. Now Fleet 22 is coming in. And check it out. From a completely different angle. Ha ha ha. We flunked them. They didn't see it coming. Oh! A little red thing over there? Oh, maybe I just imagined it. Or maybe that was a dying ship. Let's say, is one of them trying to flee? You can see the hit points on this one getting awfully low on this cruiser.
Battle 1.
Yeah, baby. All right. Let's
Fleet
merge you into
arrived.
home fleet and then direct you back to McMahon for some repairs.
Fleet arrived.
All right. McMahon, I'm going to put you back to building the colony ship, please. Excellent.
Project complete.
Oh, quantum bag complete. Okay, good. Our economy just went up huge with that. That's great. Okay. What do I want to build next? Health, prosperity. I mean, that's nice. All these various mines. Yeah, we could build the... Ooh, what is the resource situation over here? See, I was going to hope to do protein for the pop growth, but maybe not. How's your happiness? Your happiness is lower than your health. How about this? Vitamins increase health. We got 21% over here on McMahon. I think we'll go into the vitamin industry. Citrus, probably for vitamin C. Yeah, vertical citrus farm.
Fleet arrived.
Scout arrived, bank, and you're detected. That's
Enemy
fine.
detected.
Fleet 13 is under attack. Oh! Well, I think this rogue AI miscalculated. Because this is a single, what is this, a cruiser? A single AI cruiser versus our fleet of 3 cruisers plus our army ship. So that should go fairly well for us. And yeah, Signy does have a shipyard. Oh no, it does need to build a space station in 61 years. Well, we'll build. I thought you got one as a freebie for the first city place colonized, but perhaps I misremembered that. Maybe what I remember from the tutorial is just that your literal first planet, i.e. your homeworld, gets one for free. That's probably what I'm thinking of. For some reason I had in my head that it was the first planet you colonize in the solar system gets it, but...
Scan complete.
So, as a reminder, so this game is Stellar Reach. There is a link in the description on YouTube or in the What Game on Steam, but I'm going to drop another link to the Steam page there for you. It just came out today. There is a free demo if you want to give it a try, and it is currently on sale for 10% off until November the 5th as well, the game. And if nothing else, make sure to wishlist it, keep an eye on this bad boy. Yeah, like, there's a lot of crunch going on behind the scenes. Absolutely. For me, I would absolutely, even maybe a ship outliner mode. If we had like a couple of tabs here to switch between the planetary mode and like a ship outliner mode, that would be very, very appealing to me. But yeah, so we didn't see any proper warfare against one of the other factions here, but I mean, 2 hours into a 4X type of game, it's clearly still early days. In terms of length, this strikes me as a bit of a I guess like a Goldilocks zone, right? Not too big, not too small. We have played some mini lightweight sci-fi 4X games that have been great, and obviously we've played some big, huge ones that take like 100 hours to finish a single campaign. My feeling is that this comes in kind of in the middle, which is very appealing. Oh, Balgard, did you think you were the next one in the queue? You weren't. You were 2 off for the next planet name, but I apologize that we didn't quite get there. But I will refund your points. I think what we will do is we will wrap this up today. Because while I do want to play some more Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, I think I wouldn't give it proper justice playing it right now because I don't think I'd be able to go on necessarily that long with it. My plan is to stream tomorrow. So normally we don't stream on Thursdays, but I think tomorrow and possibly Friday, we will be playing some more Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. When will I start? I'm not sure. It could be, I would suggest probably anywhere from noon to 2. I'm going to be trying to do some book signings and some other like behind the scenes stuff. So the start time may be slightly variable for that, but I will be trying to stream those things. And then on Saturday will depend whether we're playing more Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 or if we're going to be doing our Dwarf Fortress run. I do want to continue the Dwarf Fortress run for sure, but I'm also a huge vampire nerd. Can't help it. Did you know I wrote a book about it? Available now, worldwide. Yeah, so we're gonna wrap this up. I think this was great. I have to admit, like when I first looked at it visually, right? When I first looked at it, I was like, ooh, I'm not sure. And then as I started playing it in practice for the live stream, I was like, yes, okay, yep, I get it, absolutely. I can see how this was a 10-year-long labor of love. There's some really interesting articles and interviews with the developer as well with this, which are very worth reading if you're interested in that kind of thing. And yeah, it's spiffy, and I love, if you check the Steam page as well, they've got a roadmap posted with some things they want to move forward in. Again, there's currently 8 factions in the game, and I think the roadmap says they're adding a 9th. They're talking about UI stuff, quality of life stuff, which is obviously like one of the most important things for me in a strategy game, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, we're the book sucks, by the way. Haha, vampire puns. So yeah, we're gonna go and raid a Kiss for Luck right now, because in theory, she should be streaming. Yes, what are they playing? Oh, Minecraft is playing over there. An oldie but a goodie. So we will give a Kiss for Luck some love, and I'm gonna see you tomorrow, sometime between noon and 2 p.m. Eastern time, most likely. Thanks a lot, everyone. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye. Sooner than usual.